Hi, I thought I'd throw together a quick video to help you kind of get started. Uh, for some of you that are working with the Excel project, you'll notice that I'm working on the second part, part two. Remember, we do parts 2 through 6. And I just wanted to stress something here because sometimes on these tasks, these assignments and Microsoft tests, what makes it difficult is just understanding the language of what's being talked about. And a structured reference formula is just a fancy way of saying that instead of using, for example, cell references, which can be somewhat confusing, that we're actually using range names. So I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Let's go ahead and do what the assignment says. Notice it wants total sales for quarter 1. The temptation in less sophisticated users is they just want to throw a total here, right? Now that's good until you have like 30,000 records. Then it turns into kind of a problem. And what we're showing you with this part of the assignment is I'm trying to get you to see that there's a different way to do this. So we're going to go ahead and hit equal sum. And what we want to do is we want to sum January. So we'll do January and then select it. February, select it. And March, and select it. And we close it, and you notice it gives us our total. It automatically summed this rectangle. And this is much quicker, it's cleaner. As you make changes to this data or new data comes in from another file into here, this automatically updates. And it gives you a nice, neat, kind of bow-tied total for this. I do want to point something out that what makes this formula work, what makes a structured reference formula work, is that there's range names. So for example, January is depicted there, and February was given a range name for this, and March was given a range name for this. You'll need range names to make this work if you're out working with this in the field. I'll let you mess with protecting ranges and stuff like that. You can figure that out. The other area here on project 2 is it's kind of a reversal here. Create a formula using structured references. It's the same thing in terms of basically structured reference formula. This just kind of reverses the language sum, which can be confusing. But what you do with this, and one of the reasons I'm creating this video is it can be confusing to use these structured references. You have to be careful and understand your mathematical operators. So for example, the temptation here is to hit equals, because what they're trying to ask you to do is to do net profit. So for net profit, what we typically would do is take the sales price minus the cost, and then multiply that times the quantity. Okay? And we normally would do this. Now, you will notice that this is wrong. And the reason this is wrong is because you've got the mathematical operator incorrect. Remember, when we're working with mathematics, we have to do this first. We have to do additions and subtractions first, and then multiply. So what this really needed is it needed a bracket here and a bracket here to delineate that we want you to do this first and then multiply by the quantity. You notice that using this kind of formula, this reference formula, it automatically fills it in. So again, instead of creating a formula here and copying it down, what you can basically do is auto complete this all the way down. And the way we've structured this with the range names, it makes this possible. Be careful when you're using this kind of stuff, because again, you have to have something, you have to use this exact same syntax. If you don't, then this will not work. Okay, well, anyway, I just wanted to show you this. I hope this helps.